Welcome to Nerdgasm, everyone. I want to talk about something that people have been asking me during the live streams. They've been leaving me comments. They've been sending me messages. Everybody's curious about what's going on with Bart Allen in season 4. He went into the Speed Force. What's gonna happen? He's stuck, but they said it wasn't a prison, but he can't get out. What's gonna... Guys, listen, you guys have to listen, all right? It's been done. People are talking about how the Flash might, keyword might, come back. And if anyone's telling you that this is how he's coming back, don't listen to them. They straight up lied to you, okay? Everything is speculation. But here's what you have to remember. Even though it's speculation from years upon years upon years of things that have happened to Bart Allen after he was taken into the Speed Force. You guys remember Crisis on Infinite Earths? That's how it all started. Bart Allen sacrificing his life to save everyone he loved, everything he knew. He ends up going, poof, bye. He saved the world from the Anti-Monitor. Barry's the hero. That's kind of what they were going for. Obviously, it wasn't the Anti-Monitor. It wasn't anything that amazing. But he walked into the Speed Force because he had to save everyone he loved. And you're wondering, but Nerdgasm, how's he going to come out of the Speed Force? Because he's in the Speed Force. What do they say about the comics about that? Listen, I'm going to get to that, all right? Stop interrupting me. Stop writing in the comments before you listen to the video. Damn. There are plenty of times that Barry has been caught running out of the Speed Force. For someone who was supposed to be dead, he showed up quite a few times, actually. There's an issue of JLA Incarnations where Barry actually has this little story of what happened to him after he sacrificed his life, saving everyone from the Anti-Monitor. He becomes the actual bolt of lightning that hit him, that turned him into the Flash. And while he's this bolt of lightning, he runs around, he sees his friends, he sees Iris, he touches her with a weird ghost lightning touch. It was really weird. It's a good thing they were dating, because if it wasn't, it would be hella creepy. I don't want nobody touching me with their lightning hands. But he runs around and he has this whole heartfelt moment, and then he just, boom, goes back into the Speed Force. That was really just to give people something new, and they were trying to explain the whole aspect of the Speed Force and what was going on with it. But that's one thing they could do. Barry could literally come back as some kind of Speed Force manifestation and do some stuff for his friends, and then boof, disappear. Another time that Barry was seen after Crisis on Infinite Earths is when Oliver Queen ends up in heaven. He's talking to the Spectre. When he takes Oliver Queen to heaven, Hal Jordan and Jason Todd are both there. But that's not the only people that he sees. He also sees Bart Allen. And Bart Allen gives him some awesome advice. Because they were best friends. Bart Allen and Oliver Queen have a huge relationship, even in the comic book. It's not just a TV show. But again, that could be something they do too. Barry doesn't have to come back. Oliver Queen, they could have a crossover. Oliver Queen dies, or he almost dies, or he starts hallucinating Barry, but it actually turns out to be the real Barry who's in the Speed Force in the afterlife. They could do that. Another time that Barry showed up when he was supposed to be dead was when Superboy Prime came, and he decided he was going to wreck all the heroes in the DC universe. He started killing people. At first it was an accident, and then he kind of went a little bit ballistic. So Bart Allen had to try and stop Superboy Prime, and when Bart Allen was running, he was hauling ass. What happens? Bart Allen comes out of the Speed Force, grabs Superboy Prime, and starts helping Bart pull him into the Speed Force, because the Speed Force is somewhere that Superboy Prime couldn't really wreak a lot of havoc. That turned out to not be true, but they didn't know that at the time. But not only does Bart Allen come out of the Speed Force, he also sees Johnny Quick and Max Mercury. Two people who were supposed to be dead, just like Bart Allen in the Speed Force. They just, boop, came out, helped Bart, and then pulled Superboy Prime in, and Bart got pulled into. That was like a whole different thing. I'm not going to get into it. Now you're probably thinking, that's crazy. They're not going to do something like that. You're absolutely right. Because there's not going to be a threat big enough on the Flash for them to go, Barry needs to come out of the Speed Force in one episode and pull it into the Speed Force to save everyone. Because if something like Superboy Prime showed up, everyone in the Arrowverse is dead. Every single person. No one is going to survive that, okay? Superboy Prime is probably one of my top 3 favorite villains in the DC universe, and he is uber strong. He's uber savage. He is just crazy beyond all belief after what happened to him in the Speed Force. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but again, another reason that Barry could just, boom, come out of the Speed Force one episode and then go back in. They technically don't have to have Barry come out at episode 2 or episode 3. They could wait a while and just keep having Grant Gustin show up as the Flash out of the Speed Force, just like in the comics. But Nerdgasm, is he just going to be coming out of the Speed Force randomly for the whole season? No, listen, can I finish? Dang, just watch come on. Eventually, in Final Crisis, Bart Allen did come out of the Speed Force. He was helping them stop the Black Racer, who had this virus, and for some reason, Barry just comes out. There's no explanation for it at the time. He just, boom, he runs out, he helps them stop the virus, he screams at Wally West and Jay Garrick, and he's like, run, you need to run. It's this whole thing, guys, it's this whole thing. But the main villain for Final Crisis was Darkseid. Darkseid conquered the world. He was using the anti-life equation to corrupt everyone and just have everyone be his slaves. And Barry comes out of the Speed Force after the whole thing with the Black Racer. He saves Iris by just touching her because the Speed Force is that powerful. You see what I'm, like, the Speed Force was able to stop a hold that the anti-life equation had on someone. That's insane. And you guys are always wondering, how does this happen in The Flash? The answer is the Speed Force. But after that happened, after he saved Iris, after he stopped the Black Racer, the next thing he did was help them stop Darkseid. And then, boom, he was back. He was back 100%. Again, he doesn't know how he came back. He doesn't know why he came back. He just knows that he was running. Next thing he knew, Black Racer, Virus, Iris, Darkseid. Now he's free. I'm hoping they don't do that thing they did with Savitar where there were still plenty of questions Savitar didn't answer. I'm really hoping they finish this. And if they do, Flash Rebirth is the perfect way to do it. I'm not talking about DC Rebirth. I'm talking about Flash Rebirth from 2009. I've talked about this in the past. As soon as the Flash comes back, he feels like he shouldn't be there. He feels like something's wrong. It turns out that he's corrupted. He turns into the Black Flash for like an issue and a half. He kills Savitar. He kills Lady Flash. He almost kills his friends. And then it turns out that Eobard Thawne was the whole reason that all this happened. He sent a message into the Speed Force. It made Barry Allen feel like he was needed. He subconsciously ran out of the Speed Force to save his friends and family from Darkseid and the anti-life equation. And that's why he's been feeling so weird in Flash Rebirth. They could do that. They could have Barry come out. He doesn't know why. Reverse Flash is the cause. I'm not saying Reverse Flash is the villain. I'm just saying he could be the cause. It could also be the Thinker. If they don't make the Thinker normal, if they don't make him just a human who's super intelligent, if it has something to do with Speed Force Lightning, that's a possibility. Or if it's the computer version of the Thinker, so he's hyper intelligent, so he can do things like that, that could be another reason. I mean, if they could build the Speed Force bazooka, then I'm not going to say someone who's a hyper genius couldn't figure out how to send a message into the Speed Force to pull Barry out. See what I'm saying? But I really would like for it to be Reverse Flash, because I just want him to come back. You can't kill that man. You cannot kill that man. That man has died like 4 times and he comes back. But Nerdgasm, what happened after he came back? Shit happened. He's a superhero. He did stuff. There was Blackest Night, and he stopped some dude from the future who turned out to be him, and then he did Flashpoint, and then there was New 52, and then there was DC Rebirth, and stuff's going on. All right, like, as soon as he comes out of the Speed Force, if it's just like Flash Rebirth 2009, then bets are off. They could do anything they want at that point. They have tons of stuff to still work with, even if they do that. So if you guys are still wondering, how's he going to come out? Guys, I'm telling you, he has come out of the Speed Force so many times to save people, to help them. As long as they don't butcher that, then we're not going to have another Savitar problem. But again, guys, please just remember this. This is speculation based on comic book arcs, and they have twisted stuff. Not in a bad way. They just twisted it to make it more interesting for TV. So they could do the same thing here. That's all you have to remember. Let me know what you guys think. Just because I don't want to speculate away from the comic books doesn't mean I don't want to hear what you guys have to say about it in relation to comic book lore, in relation to them just going off and doing some crazy thing that doesn't make sense. What do you guys think about that? Share the video, tell your friends, spread the Nerdgasm. Everyone deserves a Nerdgasm. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.